Some homes in Teller County are still selling quickly. Others are sitting, getting price reductions, and quietly losing leverage. So what's the difference? Is the market bad? Are buyers gone? Is summer slowing everything down? Not exactly. What we're seeing right now is a more selective market. And if you're buying or selling in Woodland Park, Divide, Florissant, Cripple Creek, or anywhere around the Pikes Peak region, understanding this shift can make a huge difference. Today, I want to break down why some mountain homes are still moving, why others are sitting longer, and what both buyers and sellers should be paying attention to right now. I am James Dean with the James Mountain Homes team, and we are a local mountain and Colorado Springs real estate experts. We absolutely love answering your questions about the area. So if you're buying, selling, or just curious about the Pikes Peak region, reach out. You can call or text us at 719-266-2725 or email us at info@jdmurrayt.net. Check the link below for our two free resources, the Pikes Peak Relocation Guide and the Buy Local Guide. You can also head to www.jdmountainhome.com to start your home search and hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Let's start with the big picture. The market is not dead. That's important. Good homes are still selling. Buyers are still looking. People are still relocating. People still want that mountain lifestyle. Teller County still has a lot of appeal, but the market is less forgiving than it was a few years ago. A few years back, sellers could sometimes get away with pricing a little high, skipping a few prep items, or putting a home on the market with average photos and still generate strong activity. That is not the same market we're in now. Today, buyers have more choices. They're more cautious. They're watching interest rates. They're comparing homes more carefully. And if a property feels overpriced, dated, poorly presented, or difficult to understand, they're much more willing to move on. That's why you can have one home get strong attention quickly, while another very similar home sits for weeks with little activity. It doesn't always mean the second home is bad. It usually means the market is telling us something. One of the biggest shifts is inventory. When there are fewer homes available, buyers feel pressure. They may overlook things. They may move faster. They may compete harder. But when inventory rises, buyers slow down. They start comparing. They look at price. They look at condition. They look at location. They look at driveway access. They look at internet options. They look at commute. They look at fire mitigation. They look at whether the home feels updated or whether it feels like a project. And in the mountain market, these details matter a lot. A home in Woodland Park is not the same as a home in Florissant. A home in Divide is not the same as a home outside Cripple Creek. A property with easy year-round access is not the same as one with a steep private road. A home with great internet is not the same as one where remote work may be a challenge. So when buyers have more options, they're not just asking, do I like this house? They're asking, is this the best option for the money? That's the question sellers have to win. Now, there's another piece to this that I think sellers especially need to understand. Real estate often hits a summer slowdown, and this happens almost every year. Early spring can be active because buyers are coming out of winter, families are planning moves, and people want to get settled before the next school year. Then summer hits. People travel. Kids are out of school. Families are busy. Visitors come into town. There are vacations, camping trips, weddings, reunions, sports events, and everything else that pulls people's attention away. So even though summer feels like it should be peak real estate season because the weather is nice and homes show well, buyer urgency can actually soften in the middle of summer. That does not mean buyers disappeared. It just means attention gets scattered. A buyer might still want to move, but they may not be checking listings every day while they're on vacation. A relocating buyer may pause for a couple weeks while they travel. A local buyer may wait until the kids are closer to going back to school. A seller may notice showing slow down and think something's wrong. But sometimes that's just the seasonal rhythm. Then as summer starts to wrap up, activity often picks back up. People get back into routines, school schedules settle, buyers who pause start looking again, relocation plans become more serious, and anyone who wants to be moved before fall or winter starts paying attention. So if your home has been sitting through the midsummer lull, it doesn't automatically mean you missed the market. But it does mean you need to be honest about how your home is positioned before the next wave of buyer attention comes back. So why do some homes sell quickly, even in a more selective market? Usually it comes down to four things: price, condition, presentation, and buyer confidence. The first one is price. Pricing correctly from day one matters more now. If a home comes out too high, buyers notice. And if it sits, then they start wondering what's wrong with it, even if nothing is wrong. That's the danger. The longer a home sits, the more buyers feel like they have leverage. The second thing is condition. Buyers are more sensitive to repairs right now. If they see old carpet, dated paint, deck issues, roof concerns, driveway concerns, or signs of deferred maintenance, they may still like the home, but they're going to mentally subtract money from the price. And with mountain properties, condition includes more than just the house itself. It can include trees near the home, defensible space, drainage, well and septic questions, road maintenance, heating systems, and winter access. The third thing is presentation. Photos, videos, staging, lighting, and the way the home is described all matter. A mountain home has to be easy to understand online. Buyers want to know, how private is it? How far is it from town? Is the road manageable? What are the views like? Is there a usable outdoor space? Is the layout practical? What makes the home better than the others? If the listing does not answer those questions clearly, buyers may never schedule the showing. And the fourth thing is buyer confidence. Buyers move faster when they feel confident. If the home is clean, well presented, priced correctly, and the listing information is clear, buyers can make decisions. If there are unanswered questions, buyers slow down. If you're thinking about selling, the goal is not just to be on the market. The goal is to be positioned correctly. That means looking at your competition honestly. Not what homes are selling for 2 years ago. Not what your neighbor hoped to get. Not just the highest active listing you can find. You have to look at what buyers are actually choosing right now. For sellers, I'd focus on 3 things. First, price strategically from the beginning. That does not mean giving the home away. It means entering the market at a number that creates attention, showings, and serious consideration. Second, handle the obvious objections before listing. If buyers are going to notice something immediately, deal with it if you can. Paint, cleaning, landscape, minor repairs, decluttering, lighting, those things matter. Third, make sure the marketing tells the full story, especially in Teller County. The lifestyle is part of the value. Buyers need to understand the setting, the access, the privacy, the views, the town, the commute, and the practical details. The homes that sell well usually make the buyer feel like, okay, I understand this property, I understand the value, and I can picture myself here. Now, for buyers, this kind of market can create opportunities. If a home has been sitting, there may be room to negotiate. That can mean price, that can mean concessions, that could mean inspection items, that could mean closing costs, that could mean timing. But, and this is important, not every home is overpriced just because it's been on the market for a little while. Some homes are sitting because of seasonal timing. Some are sitting because the buyer pool is smaller for that specific property type. Some are sitting because mountain homes are unique and take the right buyer. And yes, some are sitting because they are simply priced too high. A good buyer strategy is not just to throw low offers everywhere. It's to understand why a home is sitting. If the home has been on the market for a while and there are clear pricing issues, that's one conversation. If it is a unique home with acreage, views, privacy, and features that are hard to replace, that's a different conversation. The opportunity is in knowing the difference. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking about the market like it's one single thing. It isn't. Woodland Park can behave differently than Divide. Divide can behave differently than Florissant. Florissant can behave differently than Cripple Creek, and Colorado Springs is its own thing entirely. Even inside those areas, price point matters. A well-priced home under one price range may move quickly, while a higher-end property may take longer because the buyer pool is smaller. A home close to town may get more activity than a more remote property. A move-in ready home may outperform a home that needs updates. So if you're trying to make a decision, you really need to look at your specific segment, not just the headline numbers. That's where local advice matters. Not because the internet is useless, there's a ton of information online, but because the online data does not always explain the why. And in mountain real estate, the why matters. So here's the big takeaway. The summer slowdown is normal. Homes sitting a little longer in the middle of summer does not automatically mean the market is crashing, but the market is more selective. And when buyers come back into focus as summer wraps up, the homes that are priced well, presented well, and easy to understand are usually the ones that get the attention. For sellers, this is the time to tighten up your strategy. Don't assume the market will do all the work for you. For buyers, this may be a window where you have more options and more negotiating room, especially in homes that have been sitting. But either way, you need to understand the specific property, the specific location, and the specific competition. That's what determines whether a home sells fast or sits. Before we go, I just want to say that if you have any questions about buying or selling or really anything about the Pikes Peak region, please do not hesitate to reach out to my team and I. You can call us or text us at 719-266-275, or you can email us at info@jdmaryt.net. And don't forget, we also have 2 free resources for you that you can click below, the Pikes Peak Relocation Guide and the Buy Local Guide. Plus, don't forget to also check out our website at www.jdmountainhome.com, where both of these free resources are, as well as a ton of information about our area and a place you can start a search for homes here. Lastly, make sure you hit that subscription button and notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. I'll see you guys next time.